everyone, I am Vivian Bibarius of BSci-Fi2 and also good day to our professor, Mr. Juvenal de la Cruz. Today I am going to talk about the South America education system and we are also going to talk about Brazil education system. So now, I will give you a background of South America. In South America, the education gap mirrors the income gap between rich and poor. This is always a dilemma to all the countries in the world in having an equal education to all because poverty always affects the education sector, especially to the poor children who always want to have a degree in the future for them to help their family rise from the poverty. Children in the bottom income quintile complete an average of 8 years of school versus over 10 years completed by children in the top income quintile. Access to quality education in South America for those living below the poverty line is incredibly rare and difficult to achieve. So according to World Fund, it states that education investments are inadequate, poorly directed, and favor high-income students. So this is a common problem to all the countries in the world because wealthy family, their children has a greater opportunity to proceed to college and finish a degree, unlike to those children who has a lower income. While conditions in South America are improving, progress in certain areas is slow. We are now in Brazil. So, their education in Brazil started at primary education where it is compulsory in Brazil between ages 7 and 14 and free at state schools too. So, they have a free education. And children under 6 may attend optional Educação Infantil before enrolling 5 years at elementary school known as Ensino Fundamental Phase 1. They pay attention in learning Portuguese, geography, history, math, science, arts, and physical education. For their middle education, the curriculum is similar for Ensino Fundamental Phase 2, which lasts for a further 4 years, except that 2 foreign languages, usually English and Spanish, are added. 800 hours of activities are prescribed. Each class is usually still served by a single teacher. Unlike in the Philippines, every subject has a designated teacher that has a specialization and mastery for that particular subject. For their secondary education, it is equivalent to high school. Completion of Ensino Fundamental Phases 1 and 2 are a necessary condition for entering Ensino Medio High School. Core subjects include Portuguese, Brazilian, and a third language, usually English, plus a wide of academic subjects too. In parallel, during years 2 and 3, professional training courses such as agriculture may be added. Our students can also choose in proceeding vocational education, where Brazil understands that its competitiveness depends to a large extent on the quality of its vocational training. For the tertiary education, high school education is a prerequisite for entering tertiary institutions, as is a competitive vestibular entrance examination. Undergraduate bachelorado degrees require 4 years study. School teacher must follow a separate 4-year licenciatura. Others prefer to follow 2 to 4 years of technology training. In addition, South America is giving an emphasis on technical education. We are done discussing the education system of Brazil, and let's go on to science education in Brazil. It has developed at a rapid pace since 1950 when Brazil started offering graduate courses in science-related fields. Still, Brazil only offered graduate science courses at few schools until the mid-1960s, when the government recognized the significance of science education in Brazil as a reliable source for technological advancements and economic growth. The 1960s acted as a revolutionary period for science education in Brazil, providing innovations to the education curriculum. Certain events provided a stepping stone for science education in Brazil, including the pilot project for physics education in 1963 that was created to provide courses in physics at secondary schools, based on modern technology and more science experiments for children. By 1969, Brazilian teachers began constructing their curriculum for education around educating students on physics. Education of children in modern science throughout the great nation of Brazil has become a lofty goal. Science in the elementary school curriculum has been secondary in importance to reading and arithmetic skills. Modern elementary curriculum programs, however, are endeavoring to increase the child's understanding of natural phenomena within his own environment, to stimulate more positive scientific attitudes, and to make the child aware of applications of scientific processes and technology that could improve his own daily life. At the K level, children are encouraged to gain an insight to the world of science from single experiments and observations. A science corner represents an important part of each classroom, and pupils are continually encouraged to bring collections of science or things to observe natural phenomena around them and develop skill in carefully observing the fascinating world. And we're done discussing about the education system and science of Brazil. I hope this video presentation of mine helps you a lot in learning more on South America and Brazil. Thank you for listening and God bless.